Hello and welcome to Ridge Top Dual Sport, and I'm out here trying to fight off the RSV virus, or I guess it would be RS virus, I don't know. Been hammering my lungs for the last 2.5 weeks, and this is the first time I've been able to get out at all. I have been just absolutely wrecked. But I thought I'd get out and try out my new Aero Commander 2 helmet that I got. That's AIROH. And my helmet that I ride with the majority of the time is a Canadian brand that I got a while ago, but it's like 7 years old, and the pads and everything were getting really, really loose. I didn't feel comfortable wearing it anymore. So I came up with the bright idea to order an Aero Commander from Champion Helmets out of the Netherlands. And good experience. I definitely saved money over buying it anywhere here in the US, and if I had had a local shop that carried them, I would have bought local, but no one had it. But the funny thing is because it's DOT certified, when FedEx tried delivering it to me, they needed me to fill out a form to release an automobile. I think it's like an HS7 or something like that. So by the time FedEx got done with the processing fee, it added $80 to the price of the helmet, which was still $80 cheaper than it would have cost if I'd gone to a shop over in California or the last time I was in Las Vegas. So, and anyway, so ordered it from the Netherlands, got it in, and this has been basically the first ride I've had a chance to even take it on. Been wearing around the house just to kind of break it in, which I think my wife probably thinks is a little bit funny. But it seems to be a good helmet, and I really hope it's nice and light and fits good. So we'll see. So this is Geiger Summit, elevation 6789. And normally we'd have several feet of snow here, and that's not happening right now. Got the adventure bikes, endless adventure bikes up here, which is pretty cool. Over down here in Virginia City, there's a couple places I wanted to check out. There's an old grave site. I thought if I go, or old graveyard, I thought I might go down and check out. But there's another thing. It was a grave of a famous prostitute that was murdered in Virginia City in the 1860s, I think it was. And so I thought I'd see if I could get to her grave also. I've got it marked on Google Maps, but when I was down here, I don't know, maybe a month ago, the road was completely snow drifted across. It was, I mean, you couldn't walk it, let alone ride it. But still thought I'd give it a shot and see if I could get down there at all and take a look. I know the snow's been melting like crazy. We just had warm day after warm day, and I'm just looking around here, and there's a little bit of snow in the shade, but not too bad. So we might be lucky. If not, we'll just look at some mines and maybe the old railroad, go look at the old tunnels or something. Just a little playing around in the Comstock country here. So far, the only complaint I've got about this helmet is there is no way to prop it open like 1/8 of an inch. It's either all the way down or open quite a bit. It's got settings rather than a constant tension. So, like right now, I mean, I've got enough airflow. I'm okay because it's not too warm. But I can see already that if it's at the in the 80s or 90s, I'm going to be suffering. And if unfortunately you have to open it far enough that you lose some of the protection. I mean, it looks like about 1/2 inch. But you have to open it up. Trailhead. Okay, maybe this is it. Now the next question is it legal? Old mine dumps everywhere. I tell you, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, this is the place to be. Especially if you got side-by-sides or dirt bikes, dual sports, whatever. But I have no idea where to go from here. Trail marker says go this way. Of course, the big thing with me on this KLX is I'm not a good rider. So if this road gets really bad, I don't know what I'm going to do. It looks like it's going to get really bad. Maybe, well, maybe not. Pretty Pinion country. And the snow's definitely melted. This is crazy. I couldn't even walk through here. I've never been on this side of Virginia City at all. Oops, lots of whoops. This is all new to me. I've always kind of hung around the jumbo grade side because that's where the OHV area is, and all the roads interconnect to places like Dayton and Carson City and places like that, so I just kind of had a tendency to hang around on that. Never been back over here. This side's definitely wetter, got a lot more trees. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, do not fall in the giant hole, it looks like. Can't even see in there. Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah. I don't know how well it shows up in the camera, but you definitely do not want to fall in the giant hole. Holy cow. Yeah, so the one thing with Virginia City is that a lot of these mines, the ground was so soft, they just literally become a giant hole. The original tunnels have just all collapsed in. They're just giant death traps now. Okay, well, so the markers are over here. What does it say? It says Comstock Historic Hiking Trail. Well, let's go see what the Comstock Historic Hiking Trail is. It's got some great views down the canyon. I'm not sure where I'm going. Kind of want to find that grave, so I might turn around at some point, but might as well go look at the scenery. See some kind of wood structure down in the canyon. So, according to the markers, I've been on the Comstock Historic Trail, hiking trail from the beginning. So, kind of cool. So it's something new I learned. So if anybody's into hiking and wants to do that, hey, we got a bit of a good trail system going here. If you just want to get some great Nevada scenery. Yeah, I've always been more about the exploration than anything else. And I also like, seeing new places, but I just kind of like riding along at a fairly controlled pace just to see what I can find, see what I can see. I'm definitely not a fast rider. I know a lot of people would be ripping this thing, but I'm just going to take my time, especially with the giant drop-off to my left. I'll stop real quick just for the view to show you guys. So there we go. Yeah, you don't want to drop over the side, that's for sure. But you got a great view of Virginia City back there. Wow. Whoa. They call that the 40-mile view out that direction. That's Fallon, Stagecoach, Silver Springs, all the way out there. Crazy. I'm probably going to end up turning around down here because I wanted to see the Maiden's grave, or Green's grave, the gravesite I was trying to find, and all I'm doing is dropping into a hole here, so it's obviously not this direction. Whew-wee, what a view. The other problem is I don't like heights. I overcome it, but right now my heart is racing. Yeah, we'll come back with a T-dub. This thing drops down into a canyon on the other side, and I just don't trust my riding skills enough on this KLX that I wanted to go down, down, down. But the T-dub I don't have a problem with, so probably check that out in the future. It was getting really torn up by the water flow too. This is cool. I always feel more comfortable riding with someone else too when I'm out here and a little bit uneasy about stuff. I'll take a lot more risks if I got somebody else that I can help pull my bike out of a hole or something. Now, I mentioned in prior videos, I didn't really have a fear of heights like this until I had COVID. And it really messed with me. I have no idea why. But after I had COVID, my brain just kind of locked up. Everything's so green, had that heavy snow, and everything, of course, like I said, is melted off, but everything is greened up beautifully up here. Hopefully we'll get some more rain so we can get some wildflowers. That'd be kind of nice. Definitely blessed to have this back here, though. Crazy amount of riding. Everything from super easy to really, really tough. Well, because it's what I call the Ridgetop Dual Sport Luck, the clutch cable's coming completely loose, so we're gonna have to tighten that up. I'm like, why is the engine stalling for no reason whatsoever? Well, that's the reason. So hopefully I can do that because I'm way up here. Get it tightened back up. Well, that definitely feels a little bit better. Let's see if I can actually ride without the engine stalling constantly now. Well, it appears Google Maps may have it in the completely wrong spot. I'm busy following all these little side roads, and I just looked back behind my shoulder and it looked like there was a giant monument to something back there. But I need a place to turn around, so we're gonna come down here, turn around, and we'll zip back up and see if that's the gravesite or not. Well, whatever it was, it's gone. Huh. Well, that's crazy. That's too bad. I'm not sure what we have here. Well, it was maybe not the grave then. Obviously, somebody put a lot of effort into putting this here, but I don't know what it's for. It's too bad. Must have been pretty interesting at one time. So I was looking, I'm going to follow Google Maps this time, and it looked like if I drop down into this hole here, according to Google Maps, it's going to be the gravesite. I still wonder if the other one was and they just removed the plaque, but we'll go take a look. It says it's right here. Well, how about that? I was only off by a long ways. Let's go take a look. So this is the grave of Julia, I want to make sure I get this right, Julia Bulette, who came out of London originally and was a prostitute up here in Virginia City in the 1860s. And I think it was 1867, yes. In 1867, Julia had gone to a play or an event at the Opera House, the Piper's Opera House here in Virginia City, and they had basically escorted her out because they did not want a woman of the night, so to speak, at the Piper's Opera House And they had a section, I guess, for less desirable people, if you want to use that term. And she was not allowed to be anywhere else but in that section. I mean, she refused. So she went home, had dinner, and the next morning she was found brutally murdered, they said. So I think that was on January 19th. And because they couldn't bury her in a normal cemetery, given her status, they put her way out here of all places. Seems pretty crazy, but yeah, so they buried her here. She had been extremely popular, which is really a shame, you know. And they murdered her over costume jewelry. And they said she'd been whipped with a pistol, bludgeoned to death, and strangled. And they used a piece of firewood. And it's just one of those horrific stories. And, you know, for why? I mean, why? But some costume jewelry, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, this is Julia's grave, way out here above Virginia City, which you can see over here. There's Virginia City out in the distance there. It's a lonely grave site, but it's actually a very beautiful area. Let's see, there's the whole town. You can see the Catholic church up there. Piper's Opera House is visible, but probably not in this video because it's a ways over there. And another interesting fact is the men liked her so much, she was an honorary member of Fire Engine Company No. 1. So, you know, women weren't allowed to do that, so that was kind of cool. That's actually where they held the funeral, too, for her. Said she was buried in a silver-handled casket. They even closed all the saloons for her, which I imagine in a mining town like Virginia City, that was just an amazing thing. So later on, they arrested a man named John Millian, who was a French baker, and he was arrested and thrown in jail for petty theft after a sister prostitute was assaulted by him. She just, I guess, found out that he was trying to sell something belonging to Julia, and anyway, they put it together, and he was hung, and that was the end of that. So it's kind of funny because I'm reading two different articles here. One says she was born in London, but they said further historical research says she actually came from Mississippi. So, interesting. Okay, well, now to get back onto the bike. On the way down here, I already tried to do a complete crash. Unfortunately, didn't get it on video, but did a really good job of straddling the bike and trying to keep it from crashing into the ground. But anyway, we will continue on, and pretty much time to head home for dinner. Well, no ride would be complete in Virginia City unless I actually ride through the town, so I'm going to head back there right now, go see what the tourists are up to on this Sunday evening. I'm sure it's lots of excitement. Kind of joking around, of course, but it'll be fun to go see what's going on. It used to be this town would be dead this time of year. Now it's just endless people. Everybody trying to escape California's craziness just for a little bit and see something different. I don't blame them. It's pretty cool down in here. But boy, there's a lot of tourists.